So, you came back. Good. At least you are not completely hopeless. But before we dive in, listen carefully. My new program is coming. The Compass to Growth. My rules, your freedom. This is not motivational nonsense. This is a system to fix the broken areas of your life, to install new habits, erase all destructive ones, and launch the bigger projects you are too weak to start alone. If you are burned out, stuck, lost, this will cut through your excuses. And if you're watching this after the release, the link is waiting. Click it. Build your own foundational support system and unleash the most powerful version of yourself. Follow me. And yes, when you join, you will also receive a 2 months free entry into my community. This is where you connect, practice, and grow together with others who are finally done with their own excuses. And of course, at the end, there will be homework. Do it, because I always expect you to complete it. Now, let's see if you are finally ready to understand one of the most basic and yet, for foreigners, the most humiliating feature of Hungarian grammar. The verb van, the equivalent of to be. The verb you thought you already knew. But of course, you don't. You stumble, you hesitate, you overthink. And that is why you remain an outsider. Now, let's begin with what you already know. In previous chapters, you learned about third-person personal pronouns. You know there is no gender distinction in Hungarian. Only ő for she or he and ők for they in plural. Simple, clean. Unlike the chaos you are used to. But now comes the complexity. You learned that Hungarian does not use the verb to be when a third-person subject is being described in the predicate as a noun or adjective, as, for example, one's nationality, profession, or physical characteristics. However, you must use a verb to be when it's modified by an adverb or adverbial, words that describe when, where, and how. The third-person singular is van. The third-person plural is vannak. Does this confuse your fragile little brain? Of course it does. Everything confuses you at first. That's why you need me. Let's look at some examples to clarify this rule. Otherwise, you will wander through Hungarian grammar like a lost tourist with no map. Az ablak elől van. Here we have an adverb. Elől meaning in the front. Therefore, van is necessary. Why? Because it's about location. You see it? The adverb demands the verb. Hungarian doesn't negotiate. Az asztal hosszú. No adverb here, just an adjective, hosszú. Therefore, no verb. Why? Because it is about identity or description. Hungarian does not need to say it. This is Hungarian being efficient, brutal, honest. A gyerekek otthon vannak. Again, an adverb. Otthon meaning at home. Therefore, we use vannak, the plural form. The adverb commends the verb's presence. A nagyszülők öregek. Just an adjective, öregek. No adverb, no verb, because it disappears when we speak of identity or qualities. The sentence needs nothing more. Do you see the pattern now? Or do I need to repeat myself like you're some hopeless child? Pay attention. This is not optional. This is survival. Clearly, the abstract explanation hasn't sunk in yet. Some minds need more examples before the pattern reveals itself. So, let's try a dialogue. Perhaps watching actual sentences in action will succeed where theory failed. John and Reka are taking public transport to the university. This time, I want you to observe, truly observe, when van and vannak appear or disappear in the sentences. The rule is operating in every single line. Whether you finally see it or not depends on your willingness to focus instead of passively watching. Mi ez? Ez egy villamos, az pedig egy busz. A budapesti villamosok sárgák? Igen, a régi villamosok is sárgák, és az új villamosok is sárgák. A New York-i taxik is sárgák. Mi az? Az a megálló. Nem busz megálló, hanem villamos megálló. Itt van az egyetem? Igen, itt van balra. És mi van ott jobbra? Nem tudom. Nem tudom, hogy van angolul. A nem tudom angolul, I don't know. Köszönöm. Szívesen. Now, it's time to practice. I know you like to suffer, but look at the summary table on the screen. When something describes when, where, and how, you use van or vannak. Where something describes who someone is, what something is, or what something is like, you see no verb. Memorize this. It will save you from humiliation later. Now, the examples. But understand this. I will not give you the answers here. You want the solutions? You will download them from my website, where many other supplementary materials are available. Vocabulary lists, grammar rules, exercise solutions. You will work for your knowledge. I will not spoon feed you. Translate the sentences and then make them plural, as in the example. The tram is yellow. A villamos sárga. A villamosok sárgák. The bus stop is to the left. The university is on the right. The child is very young. The grandmother is here. The glass is in the middle. Do the exercises. Suffer through them if you must. That's how you learn. Now, let's expand our vocabulary with directions and locations, so we can better understand sentences without the verb to be. Remember, when something is somewhere, when location is involved, the verb van or vannak appears in the sentence. Here are 6 example sentences. Listen carefully. A villa és a szalvéta balra van. A kés és a kanál jobbra van. És hol van a pohár? A pohár is jobbra van. A tányér középen van. Minden nagyon szép és régi. Let's go through the sentences one by one. First sentence, there is a location adverb. Balra, on the left. Therefore, we see the verb van. Second sentence, with a knife and spoon. Same thing, location adverb. Jobbra, on the right. Therefore, the verb van appears. Third sentence, pay attention. In questions, the same rule applies. If you ask where, how, and when something is or someone is, then the question includes van or vannak. If you ask who someone is, what something is, or what something is like, then there is no verb. Fourth sentence, location adverb. Therefore, van. Fifth sentence, location adverb. Középen, in the middle. Therefore, van. Sixth sentence, only adjectives. Szép and régi. Therefore, no verb to be. Do you see how precise this is? How unforgiving? Hungarian doesn't allow laziness. Neither do I. Now, let's expand our vocabulary with family members. Example sentences. A gyerekek elől vannak, a felnőttek hátul vannak. Anya és apa jobbra vannak, nagymama és nagypapa pedig balra vannak. A gyerekek nagyon kicsik. A szülők nagyon fiatalok és vidámak. A nagyszülők már elég öregek. Let's analyze sentence by sentence. First and second sentences. Elől, hátul, jobbra, balra. Therefore, we see the verb vannak. Third, fourth, and fifth sentences. Only adjectives. Kicsik, fiatalok, vidámak, öregek. Therefore, no verb to be. If you cannot follow this, go back to lesson 1 and start over. Do not pretend you are ready for more when you are barely crawling. The next few example sentences show spatial relationships inside the house. Otthon. András otthon van. Sára is otthon van. Ők bent vannak. A gyerekek pedig kint vannak. A kutya is kint van. Szép idő van. Here, we must explain 2 things. First, the word otthon means both the noun home and the location at home. Hungarian is efficient in this way. 1 word, 2 functions. Sharp, precise, elegant. Unlike English, this is efficiency, and you will learn to respect it. Second, you may have noticed that in the sentence the weather is nice. There is an adjective, szép, yet the verb van appears. Why? The explanation lies in the Hungarian equivalent of there is, there are. Without grasping this, you will never understand why the language bends here, while it refuses to bend elsewhere. In addition to its use with adverbs, the verb van or vannak is also used for the existential expression there is or there are. Compare the following sentences and note the difference in the meaning with the absence and presence of van or vannak. Az egy jó tankönyv. That is a good textbook. Rossz tankönyvek is vannak. There are bad textbooks as well. Time and the weather expressions may use the existential construction as well. Szép idő van, the weather is nice. But literally, there is a nice weather. This is how Hungarian thinks. This is how Hungarian commands. And you will learn to think this way too, or you will fail. Now comes your homework. Your chance to prove you are not just another failure. You will pick at least one option and post it in the comments. Option 1. Write a sentence in Hungarian. Use van or vannak with a location adverb. Tell me where something is or someone is. Option 2. Describe someone or something with that using the verb to be. Just use an adjective. Option 3. Record a short voice note or video in the community, pronouncing one location sentence and one descriptive sentence, showing you can correctly use van or omit it. And send it to me. Make them worthy of my attention. If you write or send something weak, something pathetic, I will ignore you completely. If you write something worthy, something that shows you understand the rules, perhaps I will acknowledge your existence. And remember, my new program, The Compass to Growth, is coming. My rules, your freedom. The program gives you a framework to install new habits, to rebuild broken systems, and to launch meaningful projects. When you step into it, you will also receive 2 months of free access to my community, where the practice is real and the filters are strict. Use it if you want to be accountable. If you want comfort, close the video and tell yourself you are learning. But do not come back and pretend you did the work. In the next lesson, we will fully explore all conjugated forms of the verb to be. You will also meet a strange new verb, the negation of to be. We will cover word order with focus and many small grammatical details that are essential for complete understanding of the Hungarian language. Until then, do your work. If you don't, I will know. And your failure will be obvious for everyone to see. Prove you are not another voice in the crowd. Complete your homework, download the guides, or be forgotten.